preliminary round match, New Zealand versus Germany, Day 2, World Championships 2006. My name is Bob Monti. With me, Jeff Green. We're coming to you from Hiroshima, the beautiful, steamy city in Japan, and Germany taking on New Zealand. This is a big game for both teams. New Zealand, this is their second consecutive appearance, 3 times in the World Championships. In 2002, they stunned the world by finishing 4th, 2 places higher than the United States. They're ranked 16th by FIBA in world rankings at the moment. Germany, 13th ranked in the FIBA rankings, the second qualifier in Europe with a 5-2 record. This is their 4th appearance overall, and really a feature of the game today has got to be the Dallas Mavericks star, outstanding star, one of the players on the planet, Dirk Nowitzki, a 7-footer, does everything from point guard right down to low post, you name it. First you put Nowitzki on the floor and then you build a team around him. Jeff Green, this German team has strength, height, but again, it's interesting to note that average height over all 12 players on both rosters is the same, 6 foot 6 inches tall.
Yeah, you take out the odd 7-footer that a lot of the teams have, and the average height does come down to around 6 foot 6. So yeah, I'm not worried about the fact that the Germans have some big guys. I think Nowitzki is going to be absolutely crucial for New Zealand to try and contain. But you've got to watch out for guys like Firmling, because he's also a centre that is very experienced and he knows what to do. He does go to the basket well when other guys are cutting to the hoop. So very, very good team, as you see the German roster there. But this is something that New Zealand can combat with their physical style.
Another play to watch is number 5, Ademola Kalaja. He played at North Carolina for 4 years. Johan Herber played for West Virginia. The New Zealanders now being introduced. Paul Henare, Phil Jones. It's a big game for the Kiwis. They lost very disappointing circumstances yesterday to Spain. Got in foul trouble. Big PC, Pero Cameron coming out now, the captain, the veteran, and he was a member of the All-Star 5, the All-Tournament team in 2002. The roster there, and you have to say Mark Dickel will not be playing today. His case was relitigated by FIBA. He was given a 3-match suspension, and that means yesterday, today, and 1 game to come, which will be Angola, Dickel will watch from the bench.
Well, in fact, he's not even allowed on the bench, Bob. He's not allowed to have contact with the team, so he's not available at all anywhere near the stadium or the team.
First of all, Federal Republic of Germany. National Anthem of New Zealand. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your cooperation.
皆様どうぞご着席ください。
Players may exchange their gifts.
Okay, just a few minutes away from tip-off in this crucial match. A match earlier today, Nigeria, which had upset Serbia, Montenegro, went down to Venezuela. So the World Championships continue in something of a topsy-turvy way here in the first couple of days. Players are throwing out the basketballs. The little basketball is a real hit with the crowd. The Japanese children just love them.
As do New Zealand commentators.
And the
Starting
German starting five, Stefan Hamann at point guard. Green, Akalaja. Watch Akalaja. This guy's got lots of experience. 31-year-old Dirk Nowitzki. Well, he's an all-planet player. And Patrick Femelin, look out for him. The second 7-footer in the lineup, 31 years old, going against New Zealand. Starting at point guard, of course, Paul Henry, Kirk Penny and Phil Jones at the shooting guards. And we hope that Kirk Penny doesn't get in foul trouble early. Craig Bradshaw's had such a good tournament already, and Pero Cameron will do his usual stoic job in the middle. The big man and the coach, Dirk Bauerman, for Germany. Very successful with his team. Again, inherited a very veteran lineup. They averaged 27, almost 28 years across the lineup, same as New Zealand. So in many respects, Jeff, these teams are similar, except you've got a player, a 1 and a 3-decade player, Dirk Nowitzki, in the German team, and you got a lot of hard grafters in the Kiwi lineup.
Well, you've got to say, we see head coach Tab Baldwin for New Zealand. Yeah, with Germany, it's really funny because the fact that German basketball has just taken off with Dirk Nowitzki inside the NBA, and the German press said he's just the biggest thing since sliced bread in terms of basketball, as we see. 2 of the 3 referees, the other guys disappeared.
The referees today from Puerto Rico, Jose Curian, Boris Ritzik from the Ukraine, and Mao Gongyang from China. Again, international refereeing panel, neutral.
Well, the neutral referees, the guy in the middle, he was pretty tough on the Kiwis last night. He did protect.
Well, the crowd certainly loves it. The haka performed by the Kiwis, as is the ritual before every international game. And Jeff, the Germans totally ignored it once again.
Well, they totally ignored it, but the Japanese crowd didn't. The Japanese crowd absolutely love it. And of course, they always go back to the fact that, you know, they know it from rugby. Everyone here in Japan knows John Olomu. Absolutely amazing.
Last minute instructions for the Germans. You saw the New Zealand bench just a moment ago. Lots of tension leading up to this game. Dirk Nowitzki, the god of German basketball, the god of the Dallas Mavericks team. 28 years old, a real veteran, an NBA superstar by now. And Germany has furnished several players to major universities and to the NBA. Femerling, for example, played at the University of Washington. Jan-Henrik Jaglab playing at Penn State. Okalaja had a great career at North Carolina. And Johan Herber has just finished a career at West Virginia. So very experienced internationally, Jeff. This is a team to reckon with. Finished second in the European qualifying zone. Their second consecutive appearance. Their 4th overall. Here we go. Warm-ups are over. The talking is finished. The anticipation just about complete. And we're ready for Germany versus New Zealand, round 2, Pool B, Hiroshima, World Championships 2006. 450 million basketball players around the globe, it's estimated by FIBA. 212 countries registered with FIBA. This has got to be one of the world's most popular sports ever. And this is it, the premier event in the world, the World Championships. All the best assembled right here in Hiroshima. The next 2 weeks will be a feast for basketball nuts around the world. Players shaking hands with the officials. Formalities over, and now we get down to business. Let's rumble. Femmerling versus Bradshaw. Bradshaw jumps the ball, and it's given over to Germany. He went up too quickly. The ball must reach its apex, the highest point of the throw before you jump.
Well, that man on screen is going to take a lot of part in this. He's the guy that protected last night for Spain, Paul Gasol, and he did protect Dirk Nowitzki. Let's see how he does this day.
Al Nowitzki, the kickback pass at number 10. Well, that's Donald Demon Green. He knocks down the first three for Germany. Nice shot.
Well, the referee signaled a 2, but they put 3 up on the scoreboard.
Now they've changed it back to a 2. The kick out, Harold Cameron counters with, nope, doesn't go down. And Femmerling pulls down the rebound. 2 7-footers in the Germany starting lineup. Nice pass underneath. Quickly, almost caught the Kiwis napping. New Zealand into a zone, a 1-2-2 zone. Now they're back man-to-man. Green into the paint, kicks it out. Nowitzki, this man can shoot, but he doesn't drop it there. Weak side rebound.
You don't want to give Dirk Nowitzki too many open looks like that. He had a long time to shoot that.
Rebound off the missed shot, resets the shot clock. They get another 24 seconds, remember that. Akalaja misses his shot, knocks it out of bounds. Good defense from New Zealand. Germany 2, Kiwis 0.
Well, the good thing is that the 7-footer Vermeulen isn't going to shoot the outside jumper too far away from the hoop. So that's one good thing, that they can go down and help defensively, New Zealand.
Stefan Hamann marking.
Oh, great offensive screen set by the big fella, Pedro Cameron, for Kirk Penny. Nails the 3. 2, it's only a 2.
Well, it's good to see Penny get off shooting. Started shooting very nicely to open the account, 2-all.
The good thing is he hasn't fouled yet. That's even better.
Green knocks it down. Demon Green, 6'1", 27-year-old, another very experienced player.
Another US-born player playing for Germany.
Penny, little shuffle of the feet, no call, misses a 3, and Nowitzki brings the ball up. He can play anywhere.
And that's a 7-foot guard for those people at home. Dirk Nowitzki.
Akalaja barges down the lane, and he's called for a charge. Ademola Akalaja.
Oh, big Pedro Cameron. He ran into a brick wall there. There's no two ways about that.
Pedro just fell down to make it look good, Jeff.
Because there's no way that Okalaja was going to be able to push Pero over in that stance. Great acting job, big Pedro Cameron.
Hamann chasing Paul Henry. Phil Jones with the ball now, coming off a pick, flashing low. Inside it goes Bradshaw. Ball knocked away by Patrick Femmerling. Hamann gets it straight back. Intriguing matchups already. Okalaja. Nowitzki, one bounce. The foul's going to be on Craig Bradshaw, trying to recover off the fake from Nowitzki.
Yeah, unfortunately, New Zealand can't afford to have Bradshaw getting in foul trouble too early, because he's the sort of guy that's going to have to stay with the Dirk Nowitzki in a man-to-man situation.
Well, Bradshaw had a double-double. It wasn't quite a double-double, but 12 points, 8 rebounds, game number 1. Femmerling. Kind of one of the unsung heroes of this team. 7-foot center, 31 years old, tons of experience. Off the glass, he's got it.
Yeah, I thought he trebled there because he just did a little bit of a shuffle with his feet. Great defense, or help defense by Phil Jones to come across, but Finland just too big.
Well, if you remember back to 2002, the playoff, third and fourth place, Germany shot 65% throughout the entire 4 quarters of the game. Incredible shooting. Kiwis hope they don't put up shots like that this afternoon. New Zealand looking, it's possible to tip the Germans. They can be a bit streaky, particularly if Nowitzki doesn't fire. Jones from the 3-point line, he's got it.
Yeah, we need Phil Jones to be shooting well for the Kiwis to be in this game. 7-5, nice 3-pointer, good rotation on the offense with the basketball for the New Zealanders.
Well, it's a Sunday back in New Zealand. Every television screen glowing. The country stops to watch the Tall Blacks in their campaign for a medal. And Hiroshima. Jones goes the length of the court, and he's called for a charge.
Well, I don't think they're going to have too many complaints from Coach Tab Gordon or the New Zealand team. Because Okalaja there funneled them down. Haman came across, blindsided Phil Jones, but that was definitely an offensive charge. Good defense, Germany.
Well, it was interesting, Jeff. Phil Jones was pointing out something had happened before he crashed into the defensive player. He was claiming, I think, that he was pushed by Okalaja. Haman tries to take the baseline up, almost loses the ball off the spin dribble. On the baseline, Green kicks it outside. Okalaja can't drill it. Kirk Penny over halfway, one-on-one. Penny's as good as anything on the court.
So is Phil Jones. Oh, he just about got that one.
Into a running match now. Green, Devon Green brings it up. Haman takes steps, call it. No whistle, he gets the 2. 9-5, Germany. After 4.5 minutes of play in the first period.
New Zealand just need to get a bit more active defensively in terms of stopping the fast break opportunities and perhaps not shooting the ball in the offense so quickly. Nice pick and roll there. Paul Hennard, it's his captain, Pedro Cameron.
Femmerling, very smart, came over to challenge Cameron, but didn't put too much body on him. Doesn't want to pick up an unnecessary foul. Green from a long way out. This guy is hot, Jeff Green.
Well, he's got a good name. Green on 8 points already, 2 threes and a 2. He really has lit up the scoreboard for Germany.
Another ecological 3, you reckon? Inside it goes. Pero Cameron, mismatch here. He realizes that. Again, Haman. Into the corner. Phil Jones, little fake. Off the dribble. Can't find it. Pero Cameron in a bit of an arm wrestle under the court. Haman ends up on his back. Nowitzki misses it. Femmerling throws it high.
Well, you can look at it 2 ways. Nowitzki's missed his first 4 shots. Unfortunately, he can make the next 4 and all 3s.
Nowitzki had 27 points in their first game against Japan. They looked a little shaky when he was out of the lineup. They run by 11. Femmerling misses the layup, and Bradshaw up to get the rebound. Kiwis want to run.
Good defense by Pedro Cameron. Pushed Femmerling off the block and pushed him away from the basket. So as he rolled, he wasn't close enough to make that layup.
Underneath, Phil Jones, he's hammered by Okalaja, who turns and says to his teammates, somebody's got to help out, tell me where the pick is coming from.
And that's his second foul as well, Okalaja. No dispute about that sort of opportunity, definitely a foul.
Timeout taken, 3:56 to play in the first period. Germany with a 5-point lead already, 12-7 over New Zealand. Okalaja on the bench with 2 fouls and a good shot at the Green Arena.
We are basketball.
We are basketball.
We are basketball.
We are basketball.
Good crowd here in the Green Arena, probably 9,000 people in a 10,000 seat stadium. Beautiful. We've been complaining about the heat in here. We understand the air conditioning is on and it's set at 28 degrees.
Yeah, when I asked the guy why was the air conditioning so hot, he says it's a cool 28. It's too cold for everyone else other than 28. As we see, Demon Green just lighting up the scoreboard for Germany with 8 first quarter points to date.
Yeah, he's had the hot hand in the opening quarter here. Haman goes to the basket. Now that was steps, there was no whistle, so he gets an easy two, a gift if you like. And Germany out to a 12-7 lead.
That was a good movement of the ball by the New Zealanders. Shifted it on to Phil Jones. Easy two.
Already Germany shooting that 67%. That's scary. New Zealand 20%. That's 3% or three three-pointers, however.
The thing I like about the New Zealanders is that they're able to get off good shots, Bob. And last night they were able to get off good shots against Spain. They just didn't convert. What we need them to do here is shoot a better percentage.
Well, here's a crucial part of the game. Phil Jones misses the first free throw. That's 0-1 from the free throw line. Germany hasn't gone to the stripe yet. New Zealand 2 of 2 on 2-pointers, 1 of 5 on threes. Tony Rampton into the game. He's had a haircut between games 1 and 2. Probably jettisoning a bit of cargo so he can get off a little bit higher in the air, Jeff. And the zone forces Germany. Little pressure, throw it out of bounds. That's number 7 in the game for Germany, Robert Garrett. Very solidly built guard, 6'4" tall, plays the number 2. Sort of a power-packed frame, if you like. Haman trying to save the ball, a very quick guard. He'll be on Paul Henry's case all day long, and whoever else replaces him later on. So Tony Rampton inbounding the ball. Now it's going to be Paul Henry because it's from the baseline. Different people throwing the ball in from different positions on the floor. A big from the side, a small from the end, and Roller. Here's another Pascal Roller, another veteran player for the German team. Average age just about that of New Zealand. 2 veteran teams here. Neither Dickel or Winatana suited up today. Casey Frank into the game on the baseline, finds
Tony Rampton's got to be able to make those little Jimmy putts right in front of the rim there. He had Dirk Nowitzki facing away from him. He could have made that basket quite easily. New Zealanders have to make the easy ones.
Nowitzki back to Roller, into the paint, kicks it back out. Lots of time for Nowitzki to set.
Well, I said before, he missed his first 4 shots. Now he makes one, and he has the opportunity to be able to just shoot in big bunches.
Well, the guy can shoot all right. Rampton counters with two of his own. That's great for Rampton. He needs to get into some sort of an offensive rhythm. He needs his shooting touch back, and he's got it there. 15-9.
3-2 zone New Zealand showing. Trying to get out on those 3-point shooters.
Yeah, they're going to make Germany try to beat them from outside if they can. Roller has to come high with it. Schultz on the baseline. Misses. Good rebound, Kirk Penny. Germany just haven't figured out the zone yet. Nice little fake from Kirk Penny, and they call steps on him.
Germany ball.
Penny a bit mystified.
I'd like to see that one again. May have been a bit too quick for the referee.
Now Kirk Penny didn't get a lot of court time yesterday. He came on late in the game and sort of poured a few points and ended up game's leading scorer, but really his game was finished as soon as he got his 3rd foul early in the 3rd period. Sat out most of the 2nd in the lane. Schultz back to Nowitzki. Ball's on the floor, spins.
Good defense, Dylan Boucher on Dirk Nowitzki, and they come up with a steal, the New Zealanders. Great defense, Dylan Boucher.
That's good hustle, good aggression from the flightless Kiwis. Rampton bouncing around, just couldn't put it down, and Boucher once again gets a touch on the ball.
The thing is, Germany will give Tony Rampton that shot all day long.
Well, the roll, the putback doesn't go back. Schultz misses it. And Garrett brings it out top. Roller, Pascal Roller, underneath. Look at the ball handling around the perimeter is just beautiful, Jeff. So quick, so precise.
The Germans are very, very efficient, aren't they? In terms of the good passing, able to get guys free for good looks, not just a look, but very good and hot, long looks at the basket.
Talk about efficiency. Turn up a minute late for a train in Germany, and it's goodbye. Left the station. Casey Frank, three-pointer. Doesn't go down. Ball goes out of bounds. Germany will control it. 1:01 left to play. Already a 9-point spread, 18-9. Germany over the Kiwis. Germany have 4 three-pointers. 12 of those 18 points off three-pointers, 3 straight, in fact.
Number 8, Phil Jones.
Aaron Olsen replacing
Substitution for Germany, number 8.
Kirk Penny. Paul Henry replaced by Phil Jones. So for the last 1:01, 1 minute, 1 second. A couple of fresh hired guns in there for New Zealand. And Nowitzki sits down as well. Into the game, number 12 is Guido Grunheit for Germany. Young player, 23 years old, 6 foot 10 inches tall. Size for size. Boucher fronting him up, gives him a bit of a push-off, says, just remember I'm here. Garrett gives it up to Pascal Roller. A lot of time on the shot clock. Look at the passing, so precise.
And they get another, Garrett, another 3 for the Germans, and they're very patient even though the double teams come. They pass out of the double team very well, and they look for the open player.
Well, it's sort of a continuation of 2002, the Germans shooting everything inside, especially from the three-point line. Olsen penetrating, kicks it out. Frank in the corner. Can't get it to Tony Rampton. Knocked out of bounds by Germany. There's 4 seconds on the shot clock. Now, can the Kiwis get it in, get a nice controlled look at the basket?
Casey Frank went down low, double team came, he had nowhere to go. Luckily, the Germans stepped out of bounds with the ball.
Well, they signal a shot.
Oh, I thought the shot clock went out, but no, the referee has called a foul.
Germany, number 6, Schulze.
Schulze scores, fouls Casey Frank going to the basket. Shot clock there, expired. You see in the background there, the shot clock had expired. So New Zealand, lucky break,
Well,
they get 2 shots.
Lucky again, he took steps taking off for that layup. But he's on the free throw line, 21-9. We need 2, he's got the first. Cuts the lead to 11. New Zealand in trouble already here. Cold shooting patch here. Actually, they're shooting 3 of 5 from the 2-point stripe, 1 of 6 from 3. Germany, on the other hand, 5 of 7 from beyond the arc. So already 15 points off 3-pointers. That's the story of the game. New Zealand getting a one-shot offense. Pascal Roller launches it, fails to drop. So at the end of 10 minutes of play, it's a 10-point ball game. Germany into a quick lead. Nowitzki looking pretty calm, pretty cool. 21, New Zealand 11. We've got to get in offense quicker. Taking way too long. We look at the stats there. 3 of 11 for Germany, not shooting very well. But look at the 3-pointers. 15 points already, 71% from beyond the arc versus 1 of 6 for New Zealand. And rebounding already a definite edge there to Germany. It's a one-shot offense for New Zealand thus far. Germany getting the occasional second shot. Assists 8, well, that tells the story of the game as well. So the Kiwis quite a slow start in the ball game here, down by 10. The last 4 shots were 3-pointers, three 3-pointers by Germany. Nowitzki drops that one. It's such a beautiful shot. Launched from a 7-footer way out beyond the arc. One of the players of the planet, Dirk Nowitzki, misses that one, but he had a hand in his bush right there. Boom. And he tries to, a little bit of Hollywood, a little bit of acting to try to draw the foul, but to no avail. So the first quarter over, nerves should be put to rest, and now we've got a ball game on our hands as the Germans get last-minute instructions from Dirk Bowerman, their coach. Fourth appearance, second qualifier in Europe.
Okay? Everybody understand? Come on. Rough it up. 1, 2, 3.
Both teams retake the floor. Interesting to see Okalaja starting in the second quarter. He's on 2 fouls. He collected them fairly early in the game. Nobody else in the ball game on 2. New Zealand inbound the ball. Second 10-minute quarter just underway. Jones. Inside, Casey Frank. Nice little spin move, can't put it down. And Nowitzki on the bench, so too Femmerling. And Pascal Roller starting at point guard in the second period. And that's number 8, Johan Herbert. Robert Garrett with the ball. Missed shot. And we got a foul. It's going to be called against
Tony Rampton.
Rampton, I believe.
Foul on Tony Rampton. He pulled his man down.
Number 15, Rampton. His first foul.
Interesting, in the New Zealand timeout, Coach Baldwin said Green and Nowitzki are the 2 guys that will shoot in your face no matter whether you've got defense on them or not. So you have to play them tough.
Pascal Roller looking inside. Couldn't find number 12, Guido Grunheit. Into the paint, Aaron Olsen over Roller. Nice little mismatch there, but too hard off the glass. Aaron Olsen, perhaps nerves early on here. 21-11, neither team has scored yet. In the second period, Grunheit goes to the hoop. And we got a charge.
Yeah, Dylan Boucher's too good of a defensive player to be sucked in by that. He had a ton of time. In fact, he looked like he was about to lay the table down for afternoon tea.
2.08 meters tall, 23-year-old, big future ahead of him. Got a lot of size, 6'10". If we depart from metrics for just a moment, neither team has scored. Minute and a half has expired. Second period. Olsen comes off the pick. Looking inside for Casey Frank against Roller. And Roller gets caught underneath Casey Frank and picks up a foul for his efforts.
That was good pass by Dylan Boucher. Good quick passing, crisp passing by the New Zealanders. Dylan Boucher got it straight up. Casey Frank went up high after it.
Wow, Roller just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Caught in the tunnel. Boucher inbounding the ball. Aaron Olsen can't get free. Now Bradshaw comes out, making a move, going baseline. He's called for steps. We've seen steps called 3-4 times now today. Haven't seen it for the last 4 or 5 games, and suddenly the referees are looking into the books to see what to call.
Well, you don't want to get an unfair advantage, so perhaps Craig Bradshaw was looking at getting an unfair advantage over the defense there. That's why it was called.
Quite right, Jeff. Femmerling back into the ballgame. The 7-footer, the veteran at 31 years old, spins, little scoop shot, and Frank aggressively goes up and gets a rebound.
Good defense, Craig Bradshaw on the 7-footer.
Aaron Olsen finds Boucher. Back to Olsen. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Olsen having all kinds of problems. Pascal Roller. Bradshaw, one bounce. The ball goes out of bounds. Time's expired. And
Yeah, but it's
Kiwis couldn't get up
unbelievable.
a shot.
I don't know why that man on screen, Craig Bradshaw's not shooting the basketball. We know he's got three-point range, and he gave up that ball with the shot clock well under 10 seconds, and he tried to pass the ball to Aaron Olsen.
2 minutes and 10 seconds of play in the second period. Neither team has found pay dirt. Femmerling comes high. Garrett. Akalaja, he's on the 2 fouls early in the first period. And the Germans just sort of beating the Kiwis to the ball, but that time Kirk Penny gets his hand to it, knocks it back to Phil Jones. He's not going to be shy about it. Couldn't put it down, and Olsen pushing Akalaja.
It's all right about not being shy about shooting the basketball, but Phil Jones has had a lot of shots in this game and yesterday's game. He's got to start nailing those. If the Kiwi shooters, the New Zealanders, don't get good long-range shots, then it's going to be a long night. They're now 1 for 6. And Phil Jones is 1 for 3 from the three-point line.
Well, here comes the offense. If you want to establish a team, you buy Nowitzki and then you start building around him. He's the man you want to go to. And the 2 7-footers back in the game now, Nowitzki and Femmerling. Akalaja. Garrett comes high. Man-to-man defense from the Kiwis. The jump switch out front. We got a mismatch underneath. Phil Jones immediately picks up Femmerling. He takes steps. Good call.
Well, he was stuck with a smaller 6'5" guard and Phil Jones on him, so he thought he'd take his chances, but then he saw Craig Bradshaw coming across at 6'9", ready to block it. Forced him into an error.
Now, New Zealand having trouble getting somebody open here. Kirk Penny, with 10 seconds on the shot clock, goes right. Nowitzki guarding him. He goes baseline, nice move, and he jumps back in. He gets oh no, just doesn't drop, and Nowitzki gets the rebound.
Great move by Kirk Penny there, off the dribble on Dirk Nowitzki, but it just wouldn't roll for him.
One-on-one, the man is dynamite, and there he is, Robert Garrett, lighting it up again from beyond the three-point arc. Ouch, that's 6 of 10, 60% from three-pointers. Germany 24, New Zealand 11. 6:32 left to play in the first half, and that's the first three-pointer of the second quarter.
We are basketball.
We are basketball.
We are basketball.
We are basketball.
Well, New Zealand finding it hard to get up a good shot. Well, they're getting good shots, a few of them at least, but the shooting percentage just not very good. 33%, 3 of 9 from twos, and three-pointers, 1 of 6. Germany not shooting any better than the 2-point range and 3 of 12. But hey, look beyond the arc, and that's where the gold mine is. 6 of 10, shooting 60%. And here you are, Robert Garrett, about 3-4 players that put up a couple of threes, including Nowitzki, Garrett, and Green, the man on the bench, who's congratulating his teammate. That's the difference in the ball game. 13-point lead to Germany. There you see it, 3-point shooting percentages.
Paul, you got the ball there. Okay? We can't get it in there. Craig goes short baseline. Paulie penetrate outside. All right? Let's go. Let's go. D, 1, 2, 3.
Teams retake the floor. You wouldn't think it, but Germany is defense-minded first of all. They've got an offensive wonder like Dirk Nowitzki, and the coach is defensively oriented first and foremost. And it's beginning to show early in the early stages of the game here, as the Tall Blacks are finding it very, very hard to make the shots. We got an offensive blocking foul.
Foul on New Zealand, number 14, Bradshaw.
Craig Bradshaw, that's his second foul.
Team's third.
Unfortunately, we can't afford to have, or New Zealand can't afford to have, Craig Bradshaw in foul trouble.
Well, Tab Baldwin, an unhappy man, sort of frustrated, stalking the sidelines. Akalaja passing it around outside that zone defense. Akalaja gets a look, couldn't put it down, and Bradshaw gets a rebound. If they could fast break, it would be nice, but you see the German transition from offense to defense is so quick. They shut down the fast break opportunity, and kicking the ball goes out of bounds. New Zealand will retain possession. Resets the shot clock when somebody kicks the basketball. Substitutions coming out for Germany. Green back into the ball game. Haman replacing Roller, and Akalaja.
Number 10, Devin Green.
Well, that's not good news for New Zealand. If you're a New Zealand fan, Devin Green coming back into the game.
Well, the shot clock isn't even showing. They haven't turned it on. There it is. After 4 seconds it expired, finally the shot clock comes on.
Well, that was the wrong time for Craig Bradshaw to shoot. He had a shot a couple of plays ago.
From a long way out, Nowitzki up and over the backboard. It bounced on top. It didn't hit any of the struts coming down, so ball still in play. Bump and shove out front. Haman versus Henare. Phil Jones finds Kirk Penny. Penny would love to work off a pick. Paul Henare's got to put up a three, can't put it down, and Bradshaw, both players, Bradshaw and Nowitzki, saying the other one hit the ball out of bounds. It's going to be New Zealand's ball. Now they give it over to Germany.
No, they said off-white. Chinese ref said off-white.
Well, the game, a bit of a stalemate. Half of the quarter played. We've got 3 points off one German three-pointer so far in 5 minutes of play. Not exciting. Well, there's the second three-pointer, and Green has 6 points this quarter. The entire total of points scored.
That was Garrett. Garrett shot that one from the corner.
Yeah, right. Excuse me. Robert Garrett, number 7. Very solidly built. Number 2, the shooting guard. They're all over.
Yeah, the Kiwi passing here. The New Zealanders not passing the ball well and are struggling offensively to get any sort of momentum going.
Well, look at the help defense coming from Germany. The pass went to Jones immediately. Somebody dropped out of the lane to help Olajuwon. It was who got his hand to the ball, knocked it out of bounds.
Great defense by the Germans there. Paul Henare didn't have anyone to pass to. He had to, in the end, throw the ball off Haman.
They're really having trouble getting it in bounds. Goes out to Craig Bradshaw high. And Bradshaw into the corner. Paul Henare's got to put the ball in the air, and he finds the net. Nice shooting from Paul Henare. 4.5 minutes to play. 2 3-pointers to Germany, 1 3-pointer to New Zealand. That's been the entire scoring in the second period. Femerling got his hand to it, almost got a putback from an almost impossible angle. The 7-footer, so valuable to this squad. Kirk Penny in and out, couldn't be much closer. Femerling got a finger in the eye. He's in pain, he goes down. Or was it on the nose?
He got a poke in the mouth or around the bottom of the nose.
Timeout, Germany.
Well, we got a timeout taken. 4:07 to play in the first half. Germany leading 27-14. And just to tell you what's happening out there, you only have to look at the three-point shooting. 21 of 27 points from Germany off three-pointers. Incredible. 9 points scored in the second period. That's it. That's the total. A defensive fisticuff, if you like. Germany's thrown a blanket over New Zealand. New Zealand have stopped Germany except for the occasional three-pointer.
That was Garrett's second of his three-pointers. Paul Henare, that's the lone three-pointer. So the highlight package isn't going to be that long because there was only 3 scoring baskets in the whole quarter. 2 threes from the Germans and 1 from New Zealand.
Okay? But right now, offensively, I want to run motion and run it quick, okay? Again, they're going to give you some nows. Try and be productive, get to the free throw line. We've only shot a couple of free throws, okay? Let's be strong inside, get deep post position, or penetrate. Hard, penetrate on their big. Hard, okay? Motion, motion. All right, let's go. let's go.
Dann ist der High Post frei. Und dann müsst ihr ihn hoch anspielen. Ja?
Germany's got to be happy with their start here. 13-point lead. People back in New Zealand, don't despair. The Tall Blacks will make a run. It's a defensive arm wrestle right now. Neither team able to get untracked offensively, but Germany have scored 2 3-pointers this quarter to New Zealand's 1. That's a tough struggle here. Round 2, Pool B, Hiroshima. World Championships 2006, and Femmerling still holding that beak. Got smacked in the face just before the timeout was taken, and Nowitzki back in the ball game. Full court pressure now coming from New Zealand. Green back in the ball game. Haman, the point guard, brings it over halfway. Nowitzki in the corner takes the pressure off. And now they set it up. 12 seconds and counting down on that shot clock. 3:52 to play in the first half. Garrett into the paint, kicks it out. Nowitzki, corner. Garrett, give it to him.
Robert Garrett just dropped the big 3. He's shooting 80%, 4 of 5 from the 3-point line. Pearl Cameron comes rushing out, but Garrett had presence of mind just to shoot the basketball.
Well, it's incredible shooting. The Germans have done this to New Zealand before, but we're seeing it once again. It's not high scoring, but the Germans just fantastic from beyond the arc. Pearl Cameron over Nowitzki, couldn't put it down. And Tony Rampton bumped out of the way. Haman comes away with a rebound. And New Zealand struggling, not being able to put points on the board. 30-14, late in the first half, 3 minutes to play. Good crowd here, 9,000 people at least. Nowitzki from the free throw line, couldn't put it down. Femmerling got his hand to it, but New Zealand comes away with a rebound. And again, the fast break, not on. Transition defense from Germany, so good, so quick. Hardly ever make a mistake there. Paul Henare. Haman called for a foul, trailing Paul Henare right here.
Foul on Germany, number 9.
Well,
could have been a case there for the New Zealanders to say goaltending, offensive interference. Stefan Haman.
Number 6, Sumit Schulte.
The referees disagreed with him that it was a good defensive play.
Free throw,
Henry on the line. Free throws have got to count. 2 of 4 so far in the game. That's 2 of 5. New Zealand not getting ample opportunities such that they can squander a few free throws. They've got to knock them down.
Coach Baldwin asked them to drive to the basket solidly, and that's what Paul Henare did. But they've got to make free throws. That's the key. They've got to be able to convert from the line. It's free.
Haman brings it over halfway. 2.5 minutes to play, first half. 30-15. 15-point spread here. Not a disaster, but in the context of this low-scoring tussle. Germany looking good into the corner. Schulze, he's got it. Another 3-pointer. Can you believe it? 9 of 16 from beyond the arc. That's 27 of their 33 points off 3-pointers. Haman called for a foul against Henry.
The problem with the defense that the Tall Blacks of New Zealand are playing is they're not getting out to the shooters. Dirk Nowitzki is too quick for Tony Rampton. He goes down the lane. Pearl Cameron stays deep in the lane, down on the low tee to help defense, but the shooter was left wide open.
Phil Jones bounce pass into Pearl Cameron, and Schulze has had a little battle with Pearl Cameron last couple of times up and down the court. Loses that time. He picks up his first foul.
I'd say Schulze is ahead of that because of the fact that he's been able to score 2 threes deep in the corner on the New Zealanders.
That's second foul on him. And 3 players for Germany on 2 fouls. Okalaja, Schulze, and Haman. For New Zealand, 1 player, that's Bradshaw, with 2 fouls, and Pearl Cameron shooting a couple of free throws. He's got the first. The big man sets, little bounce, little bend in the knees, and that's it.
If you're a New Zealand fan, you really need Captain Courageous, Pearl Cameron, to come alive and try and do something here for the Kiwi effort. If you're a German fan, you're pretty happy.
33-17, still that 15-point spread. Full court pressure from New Zealand. They've got to hurry up. Hurry up, the Germans, that is, into the corner, go back out and around the perimeter. New Zealand now in a man-to-man defense. From the corner, that fadeaway. This time Green throws an air ball. It's a rarity.
He's not scared to shoot it though.
No way.
Phil Jones was right in his face defensively, and he still pulled it.
Why would you? The percentage up around 60%. You're hot, pop it. Pharaoh Cameron steps out, can't find it. Rampton on the floor, picks himself up, hustles back on defense. And Nowitzki free for a moment on the side. Haman calls for the pick. Drives, you got a mismatch now. Boucher versus Nowitzki. Ball into the corner. Garrett comes inside, kicks it high. Nowitzki into the lane, kicks it out, and Green will have another try.
It's not a matter of have another try. Demon Green is going to nail that, and he's shooting at an incredible 3 of 4 from the three-point line, 75%.
Well, you should see the German shot chart. There's just a string of three-pointers from everywhere beyond the arc. Pharaoh Cameron misses another one. And again, the Germans come away with a rebound. New Zealand struggling offensively, 36-17, 19-point deficit. From the corner, Garrett finally misses one. The ball's on the floor. Garrett kicks it back, and the foul is going to be on Phil Jones as Garrett, a little bit of a Hollywood, hits the dust.
Well, the Japanese crowd are appreciating the work from the Germans. They really are. Gave them a nice little clap for the effort, the hustle on the boards, and of course the great shooting.
Timeout taken, 28.9 seconds. Yes, 9/10 of a second. Add that to 28. And Germany leading New Zealand 36-17. 19-point spread already. A real arm wrestle here. Germany 15, New Zealand 6 in the second period.
Let's have a look at it. Dylan, play the back. Okay. Tony, you're on. Nowitzki. Okay. You're a wing. Phil, you're a wing. Paulie, you're the top. All right. Let's have a look at it. Work your tails off. You know Green is a shooter, and so is Schultz. Okay.
Now highlights. Garrett knocks down a three-pointer, and get this, listen to this, I won't be able to say this very often. Germany has 15 points this quarter, all from three-pointers. Nowitzki kicks it out, Schultz it.
Well, it's been great. Penetrate and kick. That's all the Germans have been doing. There's another penetration, kick. See, penetration, kick. That's a simple game plan. There's not a lot of offensive strategy to the German game. It's all about penetrate the keyhole, kick out to your three-point shooters. Penetrate the keyhole, kick out to your three-point shooters. Pretty simple stuff.
It is simple, Jeff Green, and when you're shooting like that, it's very effective as well. I have to say it again. The statistics show that Germany is shooting 10 of 19. 30 of their 36 points have come off three-pointers. That's something incredible. They're 3 of 13 from in the two-point area of the court. 3 of 13. Stunning performance by Germany here in the first half. Season into a 19-point lead, and now they're just chewing up time on the clock. 12 seconds on the shot clock. There's only a 4-second differential. New Zealand might get one last possession. Green, little fadeaway jumper. This guy is unconscious.
You couldn't play that defensively any better than what Dylan Boucher just did there. That was great defense, but great offensive move, Demon Green.
Clinical, devastating, crushing. What other words can you use to describe this German machine, the shooting machine? They have ripped into a 21-point lead, 38-17. And look at that, the second quarter scoring. All but 2 of their 17 points have come off three-pointers. It is absolutely stunning. What a stunning shooting display. The Kiwis heads down. They've got to figure out a way to start putting the ball in the hole and put the brakes on Germany. Halftime here at Green Arena, 38-17, Germany in control.
Minus.
The German team taking the court. Nowitzki, you see him there. Femmerling will start as well, so 2 7-footers into the lineup straight away. Okalaja, Haman at one guard, and the incredible three-point shooter, Green. Devon Green, the other position. Paul Henry, Kirk Penny, Phil Jones, Craig Bradshaw, Pero Cameron. Starting lineups for both teams. New ball game. It was a real struggle the first half. New Zealand scored 6 points in the second quarter. Okalaja has the ball raked out of his hands. Foul is going to be against Phil Jones, I believe.
Foul on New Zealand.
Yeah, Phil Jones had no choice
His second foul.
to foul because Okalaja was going straight to the basket.
Free throw. Okalaja.
Could have been a highlight reel all over Captain Pero Cameron.
Okalaja drills it. That's the first free throw of the game for the Germans. Such has been their shooting. It's pretty hard to chase three-point shooters and foul them.
You don't need to shoot free throws if you're shooting the basketball as good as the Germans are.
Okay, New Zealand settling down now, seeing if they can take back this lead. Got another shocking half of basketball for them. And look at the defensive pressure already coming from Germany. They play defense first, offense secondly, but wow, what shooting they've had. Paul Henry, he's got it, 2 3-pointers from the point guard.
Cuts the lead to 20. Is that the comeback the New Zealanders are looking for? Another steal.
Paul Henry makes a steal. Leads a fast break. Kirk Penny pulls up and drops a 3, so 6-2 in the third period. Tall Blacks.
The Japanese crowd are appreciating it. A few of the sticks going off, the bangers going off loud.
Germany won't be fussed at all. They'll just settle back into their offense. Pero Cameron almost got it away from Femmerling. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Green, he had one of the hot hands in the first half. Kicks it out. Okalaja. Haman from a long way out.
Oh.
That's it. That's symptomatic of the game.
That's what kills you when you play good defense for 22 seconds, and those last 2 seconds, a shot goes down, a three-pointer by Haman. That will break your spirits.
Cameron goes around Nowitzki, down the lane. Left hand off the glass, couldn't put it down. 2 players left on the court at the other end. Haman misses a shot, and Phil Jones back to get the rebound. It was Green and Pero Cameron tied together there under the basket. Took him a while to untangle. Kirk Penny feeds to Bradshaw. Bradshaw has the ball raked out of his hands by Green. He was looking for a strong arm dunk, not to be. 43-23, 20 points, and Pero Cameron called for the foul as Okalaja makes a move baseline.
Foul on New Zealand.
That's his first foul.
Number 1, Cameron.
Captain Courageous, Pero Cameron.
His first foul. Team second.
Okalaja knows he can go around Pero Cameron at will.
Well, give him his due. Cameron was pretty quick with his feet. Paul Henry picks off that loose ball. Kirk Penny, that's 2 in a row for him. And it's down to 17 points, and immediately the German camp calls timeout. They'll circle the wagons and talk tactics. 7:37 left to play in the third period. New Zealand has cut into that 21-point deficit. It's now a 43-26 ball game.
We are basketball.
We are basketball.
We are basketball.
We are basketball.
Well, 3-point shooting, 5 of 15 for New Zealand. That's 15 points. Add that to the 33 from Germany. Just raining 3-pointers here at Green Arena. after the typhoon yesterday, the rain that fell outside. Kirk Penny pulls up. That's his second three-pointer of this period. And we played 2.5 minutes of it. So there's...
I want you on the turnout. Stay on the turnout. Okay? You guys stay out there until you drop it. Let's go. All right, let's go. Play defense. 1, 2, 3.
Well, Tab putting pressure on the team. You're going to stay out there until you drop it, he says.
Coach Tab Baldwin is very emphatic. It's all about defense. He doesn't want anyone coming out of the game unless they're half dead and can hardly walk and are no longer in a mood to shoot the ball.
Well, he wants to see a little heart and soul into this game, Jeff. I don't blame him.
We haven't seen the tough defense that New Zealand are known for. That's the key. Rather than the reaching, hacking fouls.
Paul Hennedy picks up foul number 1 for him. Nobody really in foul trouble, either team. Nobody on 3 fouls, period. Akalaja got 2 early on, but he's managed pretty well because they've really stayed outside and just rained 3-pointers on the heads of the Kiwis. Nowitzki goes to the hoop and he's fouled by Bradshaw, and they're going to give him the basket. I don't believe this.
Well,
the referee signals the basket is good. That's atrocious.
Yeah, this is not the NBA where you get continuation. See, look, Dirk Nowitzki stopped, decided to have a practice shot, and the referee gave it to him. Unbelievable. But if you're a German fan, you've got to be very happy. If you're a New Zealand fan, you're probably looking to go elsewhere.
One of the class acts in the world, Dirk Nowitzki, scores a 3-pointer off that free throw. 20-point spread, 46-26. Germany will not surrender their lead easily. The Tall Blacks have a lot of work ahead of them if they're going to get back into this ball game. Cameron draws a foul from Schultze. These two are having a titanic struggle, a battle, if you like. Schultze, he's 6'10" tall, going against the little man mountain by comparison. Pero Cameron.
You got to wonder where the foul was there, though. From the camera work that we've got, you just don't see that that was a foul. Schultze's got to be saying to himself, where did I foul, ref?
And Garrett comes back in, replacing Schultze. Now Garrett, 6'4", replacing 6'10". And you know why Garrett's in there? He had a hot hand from beyond the stripe. 4 of 6 3-pointers, 3-point shooting in the first half. Cameron makes the first free throw. It's a 19-point spread. Already, New Zealand have scored more points in this period than they did in the entire 10-minute second period. But again, free throw shooting, iffy at best. Come on, up quickly. And Germany will go to work, very patient, very efficient. And why not go back to that 3-point shot now? Nowitzki double team. Garrett kicks it out into the corner. Akalaja.
Good defensive play there by Phil Jones. Kiwi's got a good fast break opportunity. 3-point away. Phil Jones nails the 3 over Dirk Nowitzki.
Doesn't it look like a different basketball game when both teams are shooting hot? Right now, New Zealand is shooting like they haven't shot for a couple of games.
Well, particularly Kirk Penny and Phil Jones, because they're the shooters of this New Zealand team, and they've been able to nail 1 or 2 good 3-pointers lately, which helps the defensive cause.
Well, Demond Green is only human. He misses that jump away, that fadeaway jumper from about 15 feet. Bradshaw against Nowitzki. Spins, has the ball knocked out of his hands. Good defensive move. Frustrates Craig Bradshaw. Well, the old pro versus the senior university student. Craig Bradshaw versus Nowitzki. Ball moving around the perimeter into the corner. Green.
Once again, the New Zealand defense just isn't able to cope with the ball movement of the Germans, and they're able to just rotate that basketball around the keyhole and always come up with one of their shooters with the ball.
And the rain starts again, the rain in the form of 3-pointers. The foul, Phil Jones shot out of that ruck like a ball out of a cannon. Green picks up his first personal foul. Very aged, experienced German team. For example, Green, 27, Femerling, 31, Nowitzki, 28, Akalaja, 31. Very similar to New Zealand. And would you believe it, average height, both teams 6'6" tall.
That's probably just the Japanese press putting 6'6" as an average height for all teams.
Probably sounded good, Jeff. The kick out to the top, Kirk Penny. That's just a miss for him. Ball goes out of bounds to Germany. Akalaja.
Well, the crowd get a laugh out of the referee. He yelled out in a very loud voice, white, and then he got it wrong and yelled out another loud voice, black. Everyone was amused.
Well, he corrected his call there. 18-point deficit. Half the third period expired, gone, forgotten history. Germany, still patient, still clinical. Nowitzki, very quiet offensively this game, but hey, when you got guys shooting like this, well, he missed that one, but again, the spike back.
No defensive rebounding by the New Zealanders. Once again, the Germans come up with another offensive rebound.
Germany just not allowing New Zealand to get going. Paul Henry called for a foul over on the far side. You see his body language disagreeing with the call entirely. And no matter what they do, they just can't get started. Had a hold of the ball and the referee calls it on the wrist. Well, I'll say no more.
Well, I'll say it. The referee was unsighted when Paul Henare went to go for the ball, poked it away.
It's got to be disappointing for folks watching back home. High hopes in this game. We thought we might be able to tip the Germans.
And that graphic was a bit wrong there that showed up on TV. Mark Dickel is not in the game, and he hasn't shot 100% from the free throw line. Just in case anyone was getting confused.
Well, that's right. Dickel can't even sit with the team. Paul Henare went through the lane. Nice feedback to Tony Rampton, and he makes no doubts about that one. First dunk for New Zealand this game. Rampton now marking Nowitzki into the corner. Green throws it in the middle. Turnover. And a foul is called against Garrett. Good move by Garrett. He didn't want Kirk Penny to get a run. So he stepped in front of him, bumped him, didn't reach, just hit him with the body. First foul against Robert Garrett.
His first foul, team's third. Substitution for Germany.
Herbert, number 8, coming in for Demond Green. Herbert had a career at West Virginia University. 4 years, in fact. Chance to develop his game, gain a degree. Aaron Olson gives it up. Tony Rampton back to Kirk Penny. Penny to Pero Cameron. He's got a three. It's there, and a three-pointer is going to be good. And the foul is going to be on number 8, Herbert. Now Penny gives it off to Cameron. At that moment, there was a push under the basket against number 8, Herman. The 3 points will count. New Zealand get the inbounds pass, and it's a 50-35 spread, 15 points. Cameron trying to get the 3 off the other side. And look at Tony Rampton, chases the ball down, knocks it out of bounds.
Well, that's a bit of good activity by Tony Rampton.
Sure it is, Jeff. We need it. We need tons of heart out there. New Zealand outscoring Germany 18-12 so far in this period. The game has opened up offensively, quite unlike it was in the first half. Nowitzki, hang time is great. He's fouled in the air.
Yeah, Aaron Olson got him on the arm.
Well, Nowitzki might just want to pad his stats a little bit now. You see it there, just a little tap on the elbow. Wrong elbow, the shooting iron's the right hand, Aaron.
Substitution.
Into the game, Phil Jones replacing Kirk Penny. So shooter for shooter.
Germany free throw at the line, number 14, Dirk Nowitzki.
Deutschland 50, New Zealand 35. Nowitzki on the line.
Well, New Zealand just didn't need Nowitzki going to the line because he makes these two. It spreads it back out to 17. They were on a bit of a roll with a 15-point lead. They could have scored down the other end.
Well, Jeff, they've just got to be patient. You've told me that very many times. They just get it back to within 10 or so if they could at the end of this quarter. 3.5 minutes to play. That would be halfway back. So still a long, long way to come. Jones. We got a holding foul. It's going to be against number 4, the little point guard into the game, Demeril. Mitat Demeril.
The thing is, why would Demeril, a point guard who's about 5'10", try and fight his way around someone like Tony Rampton, who you would think the scouting report would say, well, we don't really need to guard Tony Rampton more than 15 feet away from the basket. But he wanted to battle with him down low.
Rampton needs a couple of free throws here. 6 of 10 from the line, 6 of 11. The body English says it all. Throw and hope.
That one wasn't even close from Tony Rampton. Lucky it went out of bounds off a German hand.
Jones comes off the pick, gets the ball in the corner, puts it on the floor, goes inside. Nice pass to Rampton, who gets the 2, and he's going to be fouled by
Great drive by Phil Jones out of the out-of-bounds play. He went straight to the middle of the court. Here we see him go straight to the middle of the court. Nowitzki comes to help. Nice dish off to Tony Rampton. Good finish, Tony Rampton.
Well, he's got to make the free throws as well, Jeff. He's just coming off 2 misses.
Make it 3. That's another 3 points gone begging. That would be only a 12-point game.
That's right, from the corner.
So it's gone from could be a 12-point game now to an 18-point game. Understand, people back at home, you have to hit the free throws. That's why they're called free.
Underneath, Phil Jones from the corner. Nice touch from Phil Jones. The score, 55-39, 16-point spread, 2:45 and counting down to the third period.
New Zealanders need a good defensive stop here. Bit of energy on defense, wouldn't go astray here.
Aaron Olsen trying to keep Nowitzki outside. Pretty impossible. The kick out. Okalaja gets a good look and knocks it down. The Germans are hot.
Once again, Bob, penetration into the middle, kick out to the shooters. New Zealand's penetration into the middle draws nothing.
Henry knocked to the floor, no call. Underneath, Okalaja kicks it high again, and Germany just sort of reestablishing, regaining control. Back to a 19-point lead. It was down to 16 at one stage, 15 in fact. Another 3-pointer from Herbert. Can you believe it?
Well, you can, because the fact is the German shooters have had a lot of time to square up to the basket, look at it, and put it down. And when you're shooting that hot, it's not that hard a game to play.
60 points in this ball game from 3-pointers. Over half the points scored in the game from 3-pointers. New Zealand missed another one, 60-39, 21-point spread as it was at halftime. And Germany clinically, efficiently, ruthlessly burying the Kiwis here. Herbert held by Aaron Olsen inside.
That's just bad defense by Aaron Olsen. As Herbert just took him off the dribble, reversed into the lane. Look at this. Aaron Olsen just raked him across the arm. Just bad defense.
New Zealand, number 10, Dylan Boucher, and number 13, Casey.
Well, Boucher back in the ball game. Haven't seen him for a while, and on the line, Herbert gets a couple of free throws.
Got to take your hat off to this German scoring machine. They really are just, they take the open shot when it's given to them. All they do is take what the defense gives them. Unfortunately, the defense has given them a lot today. The movement to the ball has been very, very good by the Germans.
Well, I do agree with you, Jeff, but you've got to say it's incredible shooting. 13 of 23, 57% from the 3-point line. a total of 60 points. Both teams scored from beyond the arc. That's 2/3 of the points in the game, and Rampton, all he needed to do was just put the cover on the lid, and he went for the big massive jam and misses an easy 2 points.
2 points that the New Zealanders needed. Getting down the last 50 seconds.
Cross-court pass, Herbers made his last 2 3-point attempts. Haman misses, and a pushing foul against Casey Frank. Nothing is going right. The Kiwis have got to be very, very disappointed. They've got 3 games coming up, however, Lebanon, Panama, and Japan, and they must win those 3.
Angola, Panama, and Japan. Lebanon are another group, Bob.
You're right, sorry, getting ahead of myself. Well, Angola, Japan, possibly Panama are going to present a few problems of their own. But they'll be in a different class than the Germans and the Spanish. Number 15, Jan-Henrik Jagla. Another good young player, 25 years old, 6 feet 11 inches tall.
Nowitzki goes out of the game. You won't see Dirk Nowitzki probably again unless the Kiwis, the New Zealanders, make a huge, huge run in the 4th quarter.
Well, there have been 9 3-pointers in this quarter. Germany 5, New Zealand shot 4 of them. Incredible shooting. And a foul is called underneath. Rampton is fouled holding the ball. Tab Baldwin must be very, very frustrating for him. Well, for the whole team. Germany, well, they're rolling. As Roller enters the ball game. Pascal Roller, another veteran here. 29 years old, sub 6-footer. That's not something you see very often in international basketball these days.
Well, if you look at a lot of the good point guards around internationally, there are a lot of them around the 6'1" mark. And, you know, a lot of people get obsessed with height, but, you know, as a good small player can be great value to a team.
As we saw with the Japanese point guards, very quick, good shooters. They penetrate so well. Garrett trying to make a bit of space for himself, down to 4 seconds. He's going to make the move right now. He goes to the hoop off the glass. That's just beautiful.
That's too easy. That's too easy for the Germans. Just no defensive pressure by the New Zealanders.
At the end of 3 quarters of play, Germany, the massive lead over New Zealand, 64-41. New Zealand, all kinds of troubles. The ball just not going in the hoop. They were outscored by only 2 that quarter, but they gave up too many points once again, mostly off 3-pointers. Germany has been phenomenal. Highlights here. Well, you'll see it. The highlights are 3-pointers, 3-pointers, 3-pointers. 20 3-pointers in the game. And you only have to look there. 3-point, 13 of 24 for Germany. New Zealand starting to shoot a little bit better, 7 of 19. 60 points in the ball game off 3-pointers, and the rebounding edge continues. Germany a massive advantage, 32-16.
And that's where New Zealand has only had 1 shot offense, and the Germans are able to get easy defensive rebounds. Top scorers, Green, Garrett. Nowitzki had a quiet game, but he was able to make the defense come out on him from the New Zealanders.
Well, Nowitzki would have several assists. He penetrated, and then he kicks out. He doesn't really mind if he doesn't score 25, 30, 35 even, as long as they're doing the job. It's a long road to the final. They want to be there. Cameron, 8, Rampton 8, Jones 8, Penny 8. Scoring being shared around much, much better in the second half. But a disastrous first half has left New Zealand in arrears. 10 minutes to play. Second match, Pool B, New Zealand versus Germany. Deutschland, overall is 64-41. 23-point spread. Kirk Penny back in the game. Little fake, puts it up, protects it well. He gets a roll. One-on-one, Penny is as good as anyone, Jeff.
There's no doubts about it. There are a lot of scouts here watching these World Championships, particularly from Europe, where Kirk Penny has no contract at this point in time after the World Championships. He's got a lot of offers, though.
Mismatch out front. Casey Frank chasing the little guard. The turnaround jumper from Schultze. Man, you get guys coming off the bench and shooting like that. It's a coach's dream. And the fans love it. New Zealanders don't get down. 3 games to come. Inside, defensive foul is going to be against number 11, I believe it is, Pascal Roller. That's his second foul. Schultze on 3 for Germany. Jones on 3. Olsen on 3 for the New Zealanders. Kirk Penny, turnaround jumper. Doesn't quite get the roll. Boucher gets a rebound. Casey Frank making a move against Schultze. Puts up the little jump hook. It's there. Over the head of Jagla.
The problem with the New Zealanders, they just don't have time to trade baskets with Germany. They have to make a couple of defensive stops.
Look at the ball skipping around the outside of that defense. Inside, missed a shot. Phil Jones pulls down the rebound. A block by Casey Frank. That could have been a foul, no whistle. Phil Jones off the glass, just couldn't put it down. Boucher is mugged, taken apart. Schultze.
Schultze just grabbed him by the neck.
It was a head-high block. It's a yellow card.
Phil Jones off the glass. Dylan Boucher, good offensive board. Ball fake. No, all Schultze was doing was making sure he didn't fall over. Sven Schultze.
And number 10, Devin Green.
That's his 4th foul. He's done a job for Germany though, Schultze. He had a big 3 in the corner in the first half.
Well, 8 of 16, 50% from the free throw line. Boucher is second one to come. 21-point lead, Deutschland over New Zealand. Crowd has gone pretty quiet here, expecting a much tighter match, as was everyone back in New Zealand. We too were very, very hopeful, but the Germans have shot the lights out. They've just rained down a ton of threes on New Zealand. Tough to beat it. Green into the corner. Nowitzki, little fake, goes to the hoop, kicks it out. That's it, that's the offense. And that's how you finish it.
There's nothing simple. Sorry, there's nothing complicated about the German offense. As you said, another drive, penetrate into the deep defense of New Zealand and kick it out to a wide open shooter. New Zealand has had a lot of good shots. Unfortunately, that wasn't one of them by Casey Frank. They've had a lot of good shots, but they haven't been able to nail them like the Germans. The Germans' shooting machine has just been phenomenal. And Dylan Boucher was playing around with the ball, not understanding the fact that Casey Frank just shot a brick, didn't hit the ring, so the 24-second shot clock kept going.
Yeah,
when it's bad, it's bad.
It certainly is. The players pretty despondent now. 7.5 minutes left to play in the game. They thought they were ready, and Nowitzki's hammered by Boucher.
Well, Dylan gave him, you always teach young players as guys come through the lane cutting, give them a hit. And Dirk, he got a hit, but like he acted a bit as well, and he said to Dylan, yeah, you didn't really hurt me, Dylan. I've been hit by Shaq O'Neal in the NBA a lot harder than that, believe me.
Ah, Jeff, I think he was saying that's the toughest one I've ever taken.
Well, I don't know about that, because he comes back and just nails an easy 2-point jump shot in the lane.
Henry out front. Kirk Penny now working against Green. Boucher kicks it back. Tony Rampton from out at the 3-point line. He's got it, but it's only a 2. The big feet in front of the three-point arc. 71-47. 24-point lead, Germany. Nowitzki passes it up. Garrett. Oh, what a phenomenal shooter he's been this game. Into the corner, Green. This time he takes it inside, kicks it out. Nowitzki will have it. He blows it. Jagler puts his shoulder into Rampton.
Yeah,
No whistle.
Rampton didn't go to acting classes. Didn't put enough action into it. The referees weren't impressed.
The body English was there, Jeff. Roller. Pascal Roller now kicks it out to Nowitzki. It's got to be a three from downtown. The ball knocked out of bounds by Green. New Zealand inbounded. A defensive stop. Of sorts.
Of sorts. Well, Craig Bradshaw coming back into the game for New Zealand. You've got to say he's been very, very disappointing. It's not the Craig Bradshaw that we've seen early on in the season, particularly against the Australians, particularly against Qatar. And as I understand it, he had a pretty good tour in South America with the New Zealand. He just hasn't been able to do the job here at the World Championships thus far. Having said that, though, Bob, he's come up against two of the powerhouses in the world, in Spain and Germany.
Yeah, Jeff. Look, he's been marked by Pau Gasol, and Nowitzki's been looking after him this afternoon. Bradshaw yet to score. The whole of the New Zealand team have been disappointed with their play thus far, but there's 3 games to come. Lebanon.
No, Angola, Panama, and Japan. You've got Lebanon on your mind.
I do indeed.
They had a very good upset win against Venezuela.
That's what it was.
But back to the action here with New Zealand. Just keeping in mind that New Zealand have 3 games that are very, very winnable for them. And they will definitely target those 3, because if they can win those 3, they will go through to the next round. So not all is lost. And there you go, Craig Bradshaw.
Well, that was a nice
drops the rainbow. Not that there was a rainbow outside right now, over Dirk Nowitzki.
Yep. It was a nice shot. Now Nowitzki goes to work against Bradshaw. He likes this one-on-one stuff. The turnaround jump shot not there. And chasing the ball out of bounds is Casey Frank.
Yeah,
Germany will
Casey
inbound.
Frank is not getting any rebounds, defensive rebounds at all. Jagler is able to box him out. A lot taller than him, a lot bigger than him. And when you say that, Casey Frank standing at 6'8", and you're saying he's too small.
Well, it's been a much more even game the second half. Boucher picks off the pass. It's 1-on-3. He pulls up, waits for some teammates inside. Bradshaw is bumped by number 15, Jagler.
Well,
Jan-Hendrik Jagler plays at Penn State.
If you watch this, that could have gone against Craig Bradshaw easily, because he dropped his shoulder straight into Jagler. That's exactly why Jagler went away. Jan-Hendrik Jagler walked away, disgusted with the call, and that could have gone either way, because Craig Bradshaw, in my opinion, dropped his shoulder. But hey, if you're a New Zealand fan, you got to love it.
Well, the couple of young players here. Jagler versus Bradshaw. Jagler played at Penn State. Bradshaw still at Winthrop University. New Zealand has played Germany even in the second half. The deficit at halftime, 38-17, was 21 points. It's a 20-point spread now. It's a little more interesting in the second half, but really the game was over at halftime. Roller from out beyond misses one. Ball spiked ahead, and I think that's going to be New Zealand's ball.
No, it was both off Paul Henare and Dylan Boucher, both hit it out of bounds. And unless Kirk Penny runs the 100 metres in less than 10 seconds, he was never going to get that. The glare from Coach Tab Baldwin.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very frustrating for the coaching staff, for the team. 2 performances they'd rather forget. Nowitzki misses it, and again the ball is spiked outside. That's
that was
typical.
Roller, the smallest man on the court.
Well, that's what happens. That's typical. Boucher picks it up, contested by Germany slightly. Now, if Boucher had a good three-point shot, he could put it up. Penny claiming he was fouled. No whistle underneath. 2-on-1. Roller pulls up, shoots a three, drops it short. Kirk Penny hassled, hounded, harried.
Paul Henare, that's an unsportsmanlike foul. Threw the ball away. Turnovers are starting to cost New Zealand. A bad turnover by Paul Henare there. Gave it straight to Dirk Nowitzki. He had no choice but to grab hold of the Dirkster because Dirk Nowitzki was going to the hole with the big slam.
Timeout taken, 4:12 left to play. 71, Germany, New Zealand on 51. And even though they played even up in the second half, Germany's first half dominance has shown right throughout the game.
We are basketball.
We are basketball.
We are basketball.
We are basketball.
Well, there you see some of the fouls. Jones 3, Schulze, Hamann, both on 4, but that's not going to bother the German coach at all. Plenty of options on the bench. Okalaja had 2 early on in the game, and he's still sitting on 2 now. Fouls, not a problem for anybody in this game. Certainly Germany's not going to be worrying at this stage. The game is over. This is going to be their second pool win. First one was a bit shaky. They beat Japan by 11. Now that suggests that Japan could be a bit of a problem for New Zealand, Jeff.
On this performance by the New Zealand Tall Blacks, they really have to find some shooting touch. I don't believe anything else other than the fact that New Zealand needs to find their shooting touch. That's the key, Bob. They just haven't shot the ball well. They've been able to get themselves free for good offense. Their offense has been working smoothly. They've been able to get good open looks, but their shooters have just not been able to nail the open jump shots.
Well, what you see before you is the result of a unsportsmanlike foul on Paul Henare. He grabbed Nowitzki. Nowitzki picked off the pass. As he went by, Henare, out of frustration, grabbed hold of him. So that's 2 free throws, 2 shots, and ball from halfway. Nowitzki missed both of them. Doesn't matter. He doesn't care. The big man's happy. Germany, 2 wins in their campaign. Get in the medal round. In Japan, 2006. New Zealand looking like a pretty dispirited team. They know it's gone. They're so disappointed. Mika Vakona into the game for New Zealand. He'll bring a bit of spirit, if nothing else, into the game, but the body English says it all. They're not happy. They're not satisfied. They're frustrated.
Yeah, well, you try and tell youngsters, close out short, and you're not going to get fouled. You're not going to get fouls like that. Mika just ran straight at him.
Demerel, number 4, back in the ball game. And Grunheit into the game, number 12 for Germany. Well, here's the bench for Germany, just throwing the ball around. They missed the 3-point shot. Look at the rebounding power. Bradshaw couldn't hang on to it. Another offensive board to Germany. And the spread 39-23 at this point. Still a massive advantage to Germany. Now they're just chewing up time. We're coming down to the 3-minute mark. At 9 seconds on the shot clock, Demerel into the corner. Roller. That's beautiful stuff. You've got to take your hat off to the...
Oh, and then Roller just comes up with a great defensive play. He just out-hustles Aaron Olsen and forces them into a travel. And people, they say that little men can't play this game. Well, look at Roller. That's a 3, and then he comes straight back with a defensive hustle play. Too many people get obsessed, particularly in New Zealand, with size. Little men can play this game. Just ask Chris Tupu.
Ask Roller.
And just ask Roller. Pascal Roller.
Roller. That pushes the total to 16 of 32, 50% three-point shooting. 16 three-pointers from Germany, 7 from New Zealand. Kirk Penny can't shake Demerel. Pulls up, shot partially blocked. Mikavakona misses a putback. And again, you've got to say that's symptomatic of New Zealand. They do a lot of work. They get their hands on the ball and they blow the easy shot. I know it's frustrating. You probably don't like hearing it. I don't like saying it, but truth is truth.
I just think that New Zealand is short another shooter. They just needed another three-point shooter. Because if Pero Cameron's not shooting the three, maybe a Ben Hill would have been good to be able to pull that three as well.
Foul on Germany, number 15, Jagla, his second foul.
Jagla picks up his second foul.
New Zealand.
Craig Bradshaw goes to the line. 2 minutes.
Number 14, Bradshaw.
Now New Zealand have slipped 27 points in arrears here. Bradshaw on the line.
I know it's frustrating for the New Zealand fans watching this game, but you've got to understand that this was a game that the New Zealanders could have won. But when you shoot 35%, 7 of 20 from the three-point line, and the opposition is shooting 16 of 32, it's pretty hard.
Well, Demerel missed the shot. He got the break. Good pass. He just ran by Kirk Penny, who was fronting him on the inbounds pass. Beautiful move. He couldn't finish it off. But they get the offensive board again. So another 24 seconds to play with it. Jagler, that's it. Game's over. No ball. Disappeared into the clouds. Not to be seen again.
Timeout.
Timeout taken on this shot right here. Flick. Now he could try that another 100 times and not succeed. Germany outscoring New Zealand 14-10 in the fourth period. They've extended their lead. 26-point ball game, 1 minute 45 seconds mercifully for New Zealand left to play. Demerel into the corner, roller, swish. What else could you say? You know, about 6 times out of 10 it's going to go swish. Top scorers scoring spread around. I think just about everybody's had a hand in crushing the Kiwis today, led by Green with 18. Garrett 14, Dirk Nowitzki. Pretty quiet game, but he must have picked up 8 or 9 assists. They do it all. Man on the planet, number 1 man on the planet, Dirk Nowitzki. Top scorers for New Zealand, Rampton 10, Penny 10, Cameron 8, Jones 8. And Bradshaw has suffered.
Well, that's good for Tony Rampton to be scoring, but you're not going to win a basketball game with Tony Rampton scoring 10 points or leading the New Zealand cause.
Come down the offensive end and run motion. Let's go.
Tab Baldwin still wants some heart, some execution from his team in the last 1 minute and 45 seconds. Germany inbounding the ball. When the ball was stuck, it was called a jump ball. Jump ball flag was in Germany's favorite, and off the glass, Jagler.
Yeah, Jagler's just too big for Casey Frank to be able to guard down on the block like that. He just went straight over Casey Frank.
Penny trying to get free. Goes off the pick. Now he's got the ball. Demerel doing a great job defensively on him. Look at that. Penny into the paint, spin. Turns, nice little feed to Bradshaw, who gets the dunk.
That was a lovely little feed from Kirk Penny. Not only showing his shooting skills, but his ability to get into the heart of the defense, drop it off for an easy 2 for Craig Bradshaw.
Well, things happen when Kirk Penny has a ball in his hands, Jeff. Might not be planned, but at least things start cooking. Demerel passes up, behind the back pass. Look at that. Look at the passing. Well, threw it away. Kirk Penny
Pull up for the 3.
Mika Vakona has the ball spiked into him and out of bounds.
Penny's on the ground. I thought he got fouled as he shot that three. Someone come underneath him, undercut him.
Well, he's tough, he's up. And we're into the last minute of play. 80-54, 26-point spread. A bit of a lesson for New Zealand here. Not one they relish. Demerel from a long way out. Hey, somebody missed. And it wasn't a Kiwi. Roller directing traffic. 19 seconds left in the ball game. Baseline. Grunheit takes steps, or 3 seconds I think the call was. Had a foot in the lane. Nowitzki on his left. Green, they're both happy. They're satisfied. Another warm-up game for them. They get 2 points from this win. Mika Vakona into the game, getting a bit of court time for New Zealand. Penny, little fake, ducks under the arm. It's another 2, and that's it. It's all over. Nowitzki, quite happy. His team has done the job. They've stunted New Zealand's efforts here. 80-56 is the final score, and Deutschland looking tough. Nice contingents of fans there. New Zealand have a lot of work to do. They've got 3 games to come. And they'll be looking for results, positive results in all 3 of them. They need to, in fact. It's got to be frustrating for them. Come so far, put in so much work, and run up against 2 of the powerhouses here, Spain and Germany, in the first games. Well, they'll regather. Tomorrow's a day off, and then they'll be back at it 48 hours later. Tab Baldwin, a disappointed coach, frustrated coach. Pedro Cameron.
Yeah, Bob, we're playing tomorrow. New Zealand play Angola. New Zealand play Angola tomorrow, so it's not a day off. Not till Tuesday is the rest day for everyone.
Well, Germany exit the arena here. They've got 4 points off 2 wins. They beat Japan. They've beaten New Zealand. The fans, Spanish fans in fact, cheering him off the court. That'll be a titanic struggle when Germany match up with Spain. And this Pool B, looking at the statistics, New Zealand out shooting Germany 41-31%, but hey, it's all about 3-pointers, 16-34. Can you beat that? 47% for Germany right throughout the 40-minute game. Free throws much better than New Zealand's, and rebounding edge, well, definite. Titanic, in fact. 44-24. New Zealand just could hardly get a second shot. That's the story of the game, just completely dominated by a ruthless, efficient German team who started with defense, and then their offense just carried them along. Highlights here. New Zealand, the 3-pointer there from Paul Henry. The kick out, that's Kirk Penny. Third period highlights here, and second half was pretty even. Scratch the first half, we would have had a different ball game, but hey, it was over at halftime. As it turned out, Nowitzki gets the roll, bumped right here. That should have been the call. They say he was in motion, so he gets the roll and the 2 points. And Nowitzki, such a dominating player, even when he's not scoring. Phil Jones from the corner, swish. As I say, New Zealand, much better shooting in the second half, but it was over by halftime, 21 points behind. The second quarter, they managed only 6 points, not for want of trying. Casey Frank, little jump hook. And incredibly, the 3-point shooting from Germany just never relented. It just kept on coming, raining 3-pointers from everywhere. 16 of 34, in fact. Add that to New Zealand's 7, and you got 23, that's 69 points. Off 3-pointers from the corner. That's it. That's symptomatic of the game. And the little guard, the replacement guard veteran, Pascal Roller, drops another one. A disappointing afternoon for one team, just sort of a nice, loose, relaxed warm-up for the other. Final score again, Germany 80, New Zealand 56. First game, Japan 62, trailed Angola 87.